Good morning and welcome to the Mike Show for Tuesday, May 5, 2026. 45 degrees at 8:47 a.m. Oh boy, I don't know what you'd call that, partly sunny out there. There's that Ruthie. There's Maxie. He's got an iceberg going. Oh, we had some city chickens and blackbirds out there feeding this morning when we first got up or came out here. Didn't let the girls out this morning. I did not want to have to deal with it, wondering where they are. Grace and Chloe are pretty good about sticking around. If they go anywhere, it's usually just into one of the neighbors' yards, but I just couldn't handle and didn't want to have to deal with wondering where Ruthie took off to. And they were really wanting to go out, but like I said, not today. I so miss the days when we take that binky or one like it right there outside and throw it at the bottom of the steps or out back there. And I'd take out their food and my coffee and my meditation books and sit there and let everybody out. And they'd go do their thing and then come back and sit on the binky with me. And we'd sit out there sometimes for 3 hours at a time. Even on days like this. There were years that it actually started in March. As soon as the snow melted and the ground was dry, we were out there, and I was bundled up in winter coats and heavy-duty sleeping bags, just sitting there enjoying the coffee in the morning. But those days are gone. Well, they're not today anyway. Anyhow, fell asleep out here again last night. It was another rainstorm, and I just laid down out here and fell asleep. And then sometime in the middle of the night, well, I guess when I got up, I think that was around 9 o'clock, and it was around 11:45 when I got up and went and laid on Audie's bed in the living room and fell asleep there for 2 or 3 hours. And then got up and went upstairs and laid down. And I was really, really tired, and I just couldn't move, and the girls were all coming up to get me out of bed once it got light out, which I think is around 5:45, might be 5:30, I'm not sure. But I just couldn't move, and Else came and cuddled. Gracie kept coming up. And when I finally got out of bed, they were all really excited about going outside, but I said, not today, not after what happened yesterday. So anyway, had our gruel. Elsie's crying right now, and I don't know what's wrong. Maxie's got a purr going. But I'll tell you one thing. Again, 2 nights in a row, I didn't watch movies or anything before laying down. And I think what I'm trying to do is reset my body clock. Go to sleep when it's dark, get up when it gets light. And I'm not quite ready for the get up when it gets light out. Oh, there's Gracie. What are you doing, Gracie? Coke's up on top of the tower. Oh boy, so anyway. Oh boy, what was I gonna say? Yeah, trying to reset my body clock. And get reset back to the natural world and not the world that man made. Totally defies everything about what our bodies, I think, know. When I used to read books by Black Wolf Jones, it was pretty basic. You listen to your body and it tells you everything you need. When you're hungry, you eat. When you're tired, just rest. or sleep. When you don't know what you want to do, you sit down and wait till it presents itself and sorts itself out. When you're antsy, you get up and do something. You're thirsty, you drink, etc. But the society that and the world we have created over the years, what's the matter, baby girl? Is exactly the opposite of that, and especially since we entered this digital modern internet AI bullshit age. Whatever soul was left in humanity, I think, has just about been sucked right out of it. And I this morning I was actually wondering, how much worse things gotta be if the second coming's gonna happen, when. Because it boggles my mind. And I try not to think about it, but you can't help it. I can't anyway. And I don't think any thinking person can. Unless you're out there keeping yourself numb with booze and drugs and whatever else. You can't help noticing how messed up we are. And wondering, why is it, Why is it all this is allowed to happen? The corruption, the violence, criminals being allowed out of jail after they kill somebody or really seriously maim somebody, and then they get to get out on bail with no cash bail and usually commit another crime before they go to trial for the first one. Anyway. No, it would be nice, man. It is. It's like, how much more suffering do people that are really trying to do good and be good neighbors and be good people, how much more do we got to suffer before God comes in and said enough's enough and rights things? I doubt it's going to happen in my lifetime, but anyway, hey, we're going to take a little break. And we are back again. Ruthie's on the move. What did you see, baby girl? So anyway, yesterday's thumbnail was Samuel, my beloved Samuel, our beloved Samuel. Hey, he was your good pal too, wasn't he? Elsie's brother, my brother. And I'm wearing what I call my Sammy shirt. This sweatshirt was a gift. I believe it was from my brother John and my niece Carly. And that was like around, I don't know. I've had it 20, maybe 25 years. It's worn out. Most people would have got rid of it a long time ago, but I'm not most people. And I call it my Sammy shirt because, I often would wear it when I'd go to sleep at night. And then when I get up in the morning and sit out here, I'd fold it up and lay it on the floor, and Sammy'd lay on it. And the last photo I have of him, he's lying over there, about where that keyboard is, on this shirt. He liked to lay on it, and that's something I always liked about the cats. Rascal, I had a hoodie that was also a gift from my brother and niece that I still have. And like when I would go to class or go somewhere or whatever, I'd leave it laying on the floor, and I'd come home and it'd be nice to see Razzie or whoever's laying on the thing. That was something I learned, I don't remember where, but like when you go to the vet's office and you'd had to leave them there, to leave them a t-shirt or something with the scent of home or you on it, so that they had that to cling to while they were waiting to get treated at the vet's if they were there overnight or whatever. So anyway, what did we do yesterday? Ran some brush or yard debris to the DPW, and I came home, took a shower, got cleaned up, and went to a memorial service for a neighbor's wife. And after that, I stopped at the grocery store and picked up some burger and bananas, and I was supposed to get bleach, and I forgot it. So I ended up having to go back out later, but made a burger for lunch and hung out with the cats here for a while, and It got up to 78 degrees and it was really nice out. I mean, as far as the temperature, but it was windy. The wind was blowing over 20 miles an hour and I don't know what the gusts were, so it wasn't all that nice to be outside. I did go to Aldi later in the day. I drove there and oh boy. Then I think I ran to Dollar General. Came home and just hung with the cats. We did read to them. And there it is. So we're going to take another break. We'll be back. And we are back again. And there's a million things I'd like to say about Samuel. And losing him. I literally died when we lost him. No, not literally, but spiritually I pretty much died. September 4, 2023. And it's still such a shock because after having had some teeth removed in April of that year, blood work was fine, and long story short, 4 months later he's dead from kidney disease. He pretty much hid the signs from me, and by the time we realized what happened to him, we tried every trick in the book we knew about dealing with cats with kidney disease. It was on a Friday I got him into the vet, and it was Monday, it was Labor Day, I had to take him in. Had to suffer through a weekend with him. Did all I could for him, but nothing was going to work, and I knew that. And that one hurt, and I felt so bad for him. It wasn't just me. It's not always me that I'm talking about, you know. It may sound that way, but it's them that I care about. And my frustration stems from not being able to make things better. And when Mikey got killed in June of 2024, that pretty much sent me to hell. So anyway, one more little break. And we are back again. And one more thing I wanted to say about Sammy. It was so nice that final year they were both with me. I'd wake up in the morning and one of them would be tucked in my left arm, and one would be tucked in my right arm, purring me. That's usually the way I'd go to sleep too. So anyway, now there's something I need to say that is not easy to say, and there's no easy way to say it, so I'm just going to say it. Someone found a way to make comments on my videos through an old post that I deleted yesterday. And it's nothing personal, and I just don't dislike you. I don't even know you. I don't know who you are, really. But from what you had to say, it sounds like you need help. It sounds like you've had some hell in your life, like what you said, for the last 15 months. And whatever you're seeking in me, it ain't here. You need help, and I am not it. I am not it. And I'm saying this from my heart to you. Get help. I am not it. And I have comments turned off for a reason, and I'm not going to go into that. But it's nothing personal. So I do hope you go and get the help you need. And I cannot repeat this enough. I am not it. Someone around here not long ago said I was the rock of this neighborhood. And I said, don't put that on me. I am anything but. Don't do that. Don't believe that. You're going to let yourself down. So, having said that, I have no idea what I'm going to do today. Probably usually domestics around here. And I'd like to hop on a bike and maybe pedal over to the range and do some plinking. I might get on my fatty and go do that. But I don't know. My knees are telling me that's not a good idea. So anyway, I'm not going to go through my usual spiel like I do either. I didn't say the things I usually do when I opened either. So that's all we got for today.